We're diving into a story that's been stirring a lot of attention and controversy online. The recent allegations made by Angela Simmons accusing Yo Gotti of stalking her following their breakup. This is a very serious topic involving two high-profile personalities whose lives are constantly in the public eye. As always, we want to approach this with care and respect, while giving you the full picture on what's been happening, the context, the public reaction, and what this all means in the larger conversation around privacy, safety, and relationships in the spotlight. Let's start with some background. Angela Simmons is a well-known figure in entertainment and business. She's the daughter of Joseph Simmons, aka Rev Run of Run DMC, and has built her own brand as a fashion entrepreneur, reality TV star, and influencer. Angela's presence in the industry is significant. She's admired for her style, business savvy, and her openness on social media about her life and challenges. Yo Gotti, born Mario Mims, is a heavyweight in the hip-hop industry. Hailing from Memphis, Tennessee, he's been influential both as a rapper and as the founder of the label Collective Music Group, which has signed many up-and-coming stars. He's a successful businessman and respected figure in music. When Angela Simmons and Yo Gotti started dating, it was a big deal for their fans and followers, a union of two influential personalities from music and fashion with a lot of potential power. Their relationship was followed closely by fans and media alike. They appeared together at events, supported each other's projects, and seemed like a strong couple. But as is often the case in celebrity relationships, things don't always stay perfect behind closed doors. Recently, Angela Simmons made a startling accusation that Yo Gotti has been stalking her following their breakup. This is a very serious allegation and not something to take lightly. According to Angela and sources close to her, after the two went their separate ways, Yo Gotti allegedly began repeatedly contacting her without her consent, showing up uninvited at places she frequents, and generally ignoring her boundaries. This type of behavior is classified legally and socially as stalking, and it can cause significant distress, fear, and trauma. Angela has spoken out on social media, sometimes directly, sometimes through cryptic posts, about feeling watched and harassed. Fans have noted a change in her tone over time, with her messages growing increasingly serious and concerned. The courage it takes to share this publicly cannot be overstated. Stalking is a deeply personal and scary experience, and for someone constantly in the public eye, exposing this kind of vulnerability takes a lot of strength. Her posts have prompted an outpouring of support from fans, as well as a lot of discussions about the seriousness of stalking and harassment, especially in the lives of women. Supporters have praised Angela for standing up and calling attention to the issue, encouraging others who might be suffering in silence to seek help. Let's take a moment to unpack what stalking really means. Stalking isn't just about receiving unwanted texts or calls. It involves repeated, unwanted attention and contact that makes the victim feel unsafe or fearful. This could include following someone physically, showing up at their home or workplace uninvited, sending unwanted gifts or messages, and ignoring explicit requests to stop. Many jurisdictions consider stalking a criminal offense because of the very real harm it causes. For victims, stalking can cause anxiety, depression, PTSD, and a constant fear for personal safety. In Angela's case, given her public visibility, the stakes are even higher. When you're a celebrity, your movements and personal life are often under public scrutiny anyway, so the added pressure of someone invading your space and ignoring boundaries can be especially overwhelming. It's also important to recognize that stalking often happens in the context of a former romantic relationship, as alleged here. Breakups can be difficult, and sometimes one person struggles to accept the end of the relationship, leading to behaviors that cross boundaries. The emotional toll on victims is profound, feeling trapped, helpless, and vulnerable in what should be a safe environment. Meanwhile, Yo Gotti has remained largely silent on these accusations. This lack of public comment has intensified speculation online. Some fans interpret his silence as an admission of guilt, while others think it might be a strategic decision to avoid escalating a very sensitive issue in the public sphere. It's also possible that he is seeking to handle the matter privately or through legal channels, which is often recommended in cases involving personal accusations and potential legal consequences. Public opinion is divided. In the age of social media, narratives can take on a life of their own. Platforms like Twitter and Instagram are quick to form opinions, sometimes without all the facts. This creates a double-edged sword. While social media can amplify victims' voices and create awareness, it can also fuel misinformation, harassment, and trial by public opinion. For the sake of fairness, it's crucial to remember that allegations are not facts until proven. The legal system exists to determine the truth, and it's important that all parties are given the chance to share their side and be heard in an unbiased setting. This entire situation is a stark example of how modern celebrity relationships unfold in the digital age. Social media has transformed the way personal matters become public, often in real time. Private disputes, which once remained behind closed doors, now play out on public platforms for millions to witness, comment on, and react to instantly. For celebrities like Angela Simmons and Gotti, this means that every statement, post, and interaction can be scrutinized and dissected. The pressure to maintain an image while navigating personal struggles is enormous. Additionally, the risk of misinformation spreading quickly is high, and it can contribute to further emotional harm. Angela's decision to post about her experience is both a way to take control of her narrative and a call for support. It also shines a light on the broader issue of how stalking and harassment are handled in the public eye, and the importance of having safe spaces for victims to speak out. From a legal perspective, stalking cases can be challenging. Evidence is crucial. Documentation of unwanted communications, witness statements, video or photo evidence of uninvited appearances, and records of police reports or restraining orders can all play a role. If Angela Simmons is pursuing legal action or has already done so, these details would be key in determining the outcome. Protective orders or restraining orders can legally prevent someone from approaching or contacting the victim. Violating such orders is a serious offense. It's important to stress that anyone facing stalking or harassment should seek legal advice and support. Celebrities sometimes have access to legal resources and security teams, but the emotional toll remains very real regardless of one's social status. This story has sparked significant public conversation. Fans have expressed mixed reactions. Many show empathy for Angela, applauding her bravery and encouraging her to stay strong. Some fans have voiced frustration with Gotti for allegedly crossing boundaries, while others caution against rushing to judgment without hearing his side. Celebrities being vulnerable about issues like stalking helps destigmatize these conversations. It encourages more open dialogue about personal safety, mental health, and the need for respect in relationships. It also highlights ongoing problems with boundary violations and abuse, which are sadly common but often hidden. Additionally, the story touches on how Black women in particular face unique challenges with public perception, media representation, and societal support when dealing with relationship issues or abuse allegations. Angela's situation adds to the conversation about how the media and the public treat Black women in the spotlight, whether with fairness, empathy, or unfair scrutiny. To sum up, Angela Simmons accusing Gotti of stalking is a serious and complex issue that highlights the darker side of celebrity relationships. It reminds us that behind the glitz and glamour are real people dealing with real problems. Angela's willingness to speak out is commendable, but the situation also calls for patience and fairness as more information unfolds. Gotti's silence leaves many questions unanswered, and it's important to wait for any legal developments or official statements to get a clearer picture. In the meantime, we should respect privacy, avoid jumping to conclusions, and be mindful of the emotional weight these allegations carry. Now we want to hear from you. What are your thoughts on Angela Simmons' allegations? How do you feel about Gotti's silence? What does this say about celebrity culture and personal boundaries in the digital age? Drop your comments below. Let's have a respectful conversation.